British domestic politics while on a state visit. He doesn't seem to be able to help himself. Do you approve of that?
Do I approve of it? As one who's lived here for 18 years and understands the way, the British way, if I'm answering that way, no. I really think that somebody should have told him, be quiet, or say it back in the States, but don't come over here and say that. On the other hand, when Obama came over and we were voting to leave or remain, he said, if you vote to leave, we're putting you at the back of the line for a trade deal, and he was lame duck.
Moral values. It was about civility.
Cannot speak for the Republican Party on their stand on climate change, so I would just prefer not to touch that. But you said a word, and against the status quo.
I should have used consensus, I guess.
Okay.
Can't probably
Right.
argue because he used to say what the norm is, but the consensus he goes against quite often.
Yes, he does, but he is there to shake things up, to
Developing the new clean industries, not propping up old-fashioned dirty industries. And then secondly, you know, this idea that somehow it's the norm to be racist and misogynist.
14 on the eastbound side, got a lane out after junction 24. The queue goes back to the Spittles interchange at 23. And Kennington in London, the A23 Kennington Road closed in both directions because of
Clarence House, St. James's Palace, Downing Street, and Portsmouth. You don't need a ticket because Five Live
on, and there's some quite spectacular cricket and batting going on down there, Ellie, isn't there?
Yep, some terrific hitting, particularly from Joss Butler. We kind of expect it from Joss, Universe Joss, as he's sometimes known, hitting his Morgan for 9, Ben Stokes for 13. But Root and Butler really could be the key for England, and if the two of them stay together, I think there's probably a very, very good chance that they will get the remaining 146 runs they need. But we've still got quite a long way to go yet.
It's incredible, isn't it, how a partnership can just turn it all around. England currently 204 for 4, chasing down that total of 340. Now we'll be back with Ellie, and you can hear commentary right now live over on Sports Extra. It's 5 Live Drive. It's Tony Livesey in London today for President Trump's visit, and Claire McDonald with you in the studio. We are going to talk netball now because with less than a month to go until the Netball World Cup, the England head coach Tracy Neville has made the shock announcement she is to stand down at the end of the tournament. She says her decision to walk away after the event in Liverpool is to start a family. Let's speak now to former England wing attack and former head coach of Surrey Storm and Wasps, Tamsin Greenaway. Afternoon, Tamsin.
Good afternoon.
And Lindsay's back in the studio because Lindsay is Uber netball.
You have to understand international netball goes through a 4-year cycle, so getting to the end of this World Cup, it's whether you can commit again to another 4 years to take you to another one. So totally respect the decision.
I was just trying to think, comparing it to other sports and other big events, it's very, very rare that you would hear any manager saying ahead of a major tournament, I'm going at the end of this.
Creating those links with young women coming through as well. You say Tracy is leaving and several experienced players may leave after this World Cup as well. How do you create that legacy with those players and the coach leaving?
Well, I think that's the whole point, isn't it? Legacy is a huge word to throw around. It's not necessarily about the word, it's the culture you build. You know, we can't just rely on this World Cup, England winning a gold and thinking netball will just carry as well as this team. We've not just seen the accolades on the court, we've seen them off with sports personality of the year, etc. And we've seen more big brands get behind the sport. So I think there's a whole bigger picture to this, and that's why I quite like it. So, you know what, this group has done absolutely incredibly. What's the next plan? I think it's actually quite exciting to know there's going to be another group coming forward after this World Cup, because that will help with the final journey.
And just finally, we're very excited building towards the World Cup, but do you think there's too much pressure now, what with the Commonwealth Gold and the second world ranking and now the coach leaving?
Oh, you can't win, can you? The reality is that, and it's the same, we look for sort of reasons behind things all the time. If the players are really going to not perform because Tracy Neville says she might leave, or they might think of retirement, or because they're second in the world, or because people think they can win, they're in the wrong sport. You know, they're a great side, they're a well-planned side, they're one of the favourites. They should absolutely relish this opportunity to go and win a gold medal.
Tamsin, there's a job up for grabs. Are you going to throw your hat in the ring?
You know, how many times I've been asked that today.
Well, okay.
I love my job, I love coaching. Of course, the ultimate goal is always the coaching country, isn't it? And whether the time is right, who knows? Whether it needs to get out, who knows? But it'll be a very difficult job and to turn down if it ever arrives.
I should have said bib, shouldn't I? Throw your bib in the ring. Listen.
That's what's thrown in the ring a long time ago.
Well, if you get a phone call, give us a ring here at 5 Live. We'd like the exclusive.
I'll let you know.
Thank you, Tamsin. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Tamsin Greenway there. She is the former head coach of Surrey Storm and former England wing attack. It is 28 minutes past 5. Stuff, the theme tune to Blake 7, and whilst we've been on air, the sad news has broken that Paul Darrow, who played Avon in the BBC One sci-fi show, has died at the age of 78 following a short illness. He was a huge part of so many people's childhoods, mine included. Our entertainment correspondent Colin Patterson is here. It's sad.
I really think this will be one of these stories that affects far more people than people expect. There'll be people hearing this news now just going, no, as they're driving home. It was huge at the end of the 70s, start of the 80s. Blake 7 ran for 4 series. It was sort of the BBC's low-budget answer to Star Wars, where everyone had to be doing their sci-fi thing. And Paul Darrow's character Avon, he was kind of the Han Solo of the piece. The guy with the dubious past, now working for the side of good, fighting the Federation, but insisting he's only interested in himself. Let's hear him in action.
Wealth is the only reality, and the only way to obtain wealth is to take it away from somebody else. Wake up, Blake. You may not be tranquilized any longer, but you're still dreaming. One last thing. I don't need any of you. I needed the Liberator to bring me here, so I had no choice but to bring you along. But this is as far as you go. I don't want you with me. I don't want you following me. Understand this. Anyone who does follow me, I'll kill them.
200 other TV shows, everything from Emmerdale, he did a couple of Doctor Who's, a John Pertwee and a Colin Baker episode, Zeg Cars, he made a cameo in Little Britain, he was still the voice of Jack FM, the commercial station in Oxford. He got him to record constantly new jingles, referencing what was going on in the news. Successful in stage, 4 seasons of the Bristol Old Vic, but it was Blake 7 who would be best remembered for. What I loved about him was, he loved Blake 7. He wasn't one of these bitter people. He even tried to buy the rights to the show because he wanted to get it back on again, and he often, in fact, very recently, he was still recording Big Finish Audio Plays, which is a company that makes audio plays of TV shows that are no longer on the screen, so he was still playing the part of Avon.
So you can hear them?
You can hear them, yeah. Until recently, there were new ones last year that he was doing. He was on Pointless last year as part of a Blake 7 team, so he absolutely loved the show that he actually amputated both of his legs, one below the knee and one above it. So in recent years, he had been using a wheelchair. In fact, he did TV adverts, advertising them as well. But as I say, I think so many people have lost a big part of their childhood today.
I'm sure many people want to comment on his death. Thanks for joining us. Our entertainment correspondent Colin Patterson telling us of the death of Paul Darrow, who played Avon in the sci-fi show. It's 5 Live Drive, it's just after 5:30.
On digital, BBC Sounds, smart speaker and online.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
And the news headlines on 5 Live this afternoon. The Queen is preparing to host Donald Trump at a banquet here at Buckingham Palace. He's on the first day of his state visit to the UK and has visited Westminster Abbey and had tea with Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall. Rescuers searching for 8 missing climbers in the Himalayas have seen 5 bodies lying in the snow. 4 members of the group were British. They set off hoping to climb the mountain Nanda Devi. A court in Sweden has rejected a request for Julian Assange to be detained over an allegation of rape. It means Swedish prosecutors won't be able to ask for the WikiLeaks co-founder to be extradited from the...
And then now, the win predictor has it as a 50-50, Ramis.
Yeah, told you 51% Pakistan meant nothing to me. If they don't get a wicket or 2, this soon will slide in favour of England.
Hassanari looking for the just that now as he goes to Butland. Good Yorkling delivery stroked out towards mid-on. Calls immediately for the single and the completed. It's now 223 for 4. Of course, all of these things, the predictors and the other little bits of detail, nice bits of information.
The way this pair is batting, it has to be a great ball to dismiss this pair of 1 wicket.
Goes to Newton is driving out towards mid-on for the single. They're getting them the singles.
They need to replace Fabrias from that spot because he is on his heels. He's just not attacking the ball at this stage. You cannot afford this lapse or this kind of mindset in the field because the singles really will hurt Pakistan. Now, if they get a loose ball, it will be hit for a 4 or a 6, and that will mean a great over for them. So you've got to stop this rotation of strike.
He's become a virtual one boundary in that position at the mid-on. Root on 93, Butler 67. England 224 for 4, 125 needed from 87 balls. And, we've got a real contest here. It's not like yesterday when South Africa were challenged by Bangladesh, fell 21 runs short as Hassan Ali bowls, and that's timed fluently forward a square. Good stop, good tumbling save coming around the boundary by Imam ul-Haq. But they'll come back for 2 more. 5 runs in the over so far. 226 for 4. Butler up to 69 with Root on 93.
Yeah, that was such a good shot. Classy and very powerfully hit off his pads. And good fielding by Imam. I think they need this guy.
100 of this World Cup. 36 overs gone. England 231 for 4.
Why would you want to experiment with a short ball, last ball of the over? I think it would have been better off hitting the fuller length, looking for a Yorker. Did trouble Butler with a fuller length. That ball reversed just a little bit, but Joe Root has been outstanding. He's just a very silky player. He sums up the situation well. Strong against spin, very good against pace, and just a wonderful player to bat at number 3, and very different to the other strikers at England.
One will think of the second. They won't come back for it as the return goes almost halfway to the other side of the field and across mid-pitch. But they decide against the overthrow. The end of the over, 37 overs completed. Root is on 99, Butler 72. England need 113 from 78 balls.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for Pakistan if they continue to work like this for England. Butler especially, they need to get rid of Butler. But England on the other end safely placed, even though, they have to go in slightly over 8 and over. But they've done it so many times for Zia that I'll not be surprised if they get over the line. It's just that immense self-belief that they have. I mentioned it earlier also.
And the game has changed. The pace of the game has changed so much over the years, from 27 years ago when there was that famous victory in Australia in 1992. 8 runs and over would be seen as a real challenge over as many as 13
6
overs.
and over used to be a real challenge for most teams.
When the World Cup started, the winning scores were in the 250s, and that was off 60 overs. As Wahab Riaz comes on, takes over from the pavilion end, his first delivery down the leg side, takes Jos Butler on the pad as he's looking to swing it away through the leg side. They get a leg by as it goes out towards the short third man. The call of Root goes all around the ground now with Joe Root on 99, looking to register the first 100 of this World Cup. England at 237 for 4. More importantly, they need 112 from 77 balls as Wahab walks slowly back to the topper's mark. Pakistan feeling the pressure here now as England, with this 5th wicket partnership, pushing themselves closer and closer towards this victory target. Here comes Wahab, bowls to Root, and he's forcing this into the offside for that 100th run. The chair goes up. Joe Root is the man of the moment for England. He's ridden his luck superbly for the home side. It looked a difficult task. They're on course right now. He's 100 not out of 97 balls. England are 238 for 4 in over number 38.
What a player, what a knock. And 100 in such a scenario when England are involved in a massive run chase is tribute to what he can achieve through solid temperament and solid technique. And he doesn't need to be a belligerent one-day hitter. He does it his own way. He's a stylist. He plays safe cricket. 15th ODI ton. That is massive.
Excellent effort from him as Wahab bowls to Butler. He's tucking it away out towards the mid-wicket for the single. He moves on now to 73, 239 for 4 in the 38th over. Andy.
Yeah, Joe Root century, 97 balls, 1-6-9 fours, as Rami said, his 15th in one-day international cricket, his first against Pakistan, and his second in World Cup cricket. He's only the second England batsman to score 2 World Cup hundreds. Kevin Peterson had 2 in the 2007 tournament, which highlights quite how much England have struggled with World Cups over the years, I guess, but another fine innings from Root.
Here goes Wahab as he bowls outside the off stump, forcing this one away square. More runs here. This will be 4 more. Timing it superbly, so powerful, so elegant, square on the offside is Joe Root, getting some width outside the off stump and just taking the pace of the delivery with the angle. He moves on to 104, 243 for 4 in the 38.
I think Pakistan need to change. Wahab Riaz could work because he's been included in this lineup to deliver that line and length. And Shadab is still a better choice. Is coming on to bowl now, but somehow find a way to pick up a wicket. Not worry about the runs, because England will get the runs irrespective of whether Pakistan bowl disciplined channels. I think it's important to alter the game plan a little, look for the fuller length from the bowlers, and look for a bit of spin from Shadab.
Here comes Shadab in his 8th over, as he's in now, right down over the wicket. Bowls a route on the back foot, cutting it away out towards the backward point. Can't get the run. 105 years of 100 deliveries. Butler is 75. England 246 for 4. Set the daunting target of 349, and they're well on course now with this outstanding 5th wicket partnership. As Shadab bowls outside the off-stump, cutting this one away. This time he finds the short third man now, trying to bisect either of those two fielders. A behind point on the offside. Swanee is back in commentary.
Hello, my friend.
It's certainly a very different situation now from when we were last together.
Absolutely.
As Shadab bowls to Rhodes, looking to sweep this one away. Top edge will get more runs here. Will clear of the short fine leg. 2 more added to the total, and it goes up now to 248 for 4, with Root pushing on now to 107.
Yeah, you feel if these two stay in, it's a regulation victory, if there can be such a thing, chasing such a big total. But wickets for Pakistan, especially that of Jos Buttler, I'd suggest, put the cat amongst the pigeons.
They do have to find the wickets from somewhere. As Shadab bowls it to Root, and he's forcing this one away square, but again finds the fielder at backward point, who is Hassan Ali. 248 for 4 in over number 39. Root is 107. Butler 75, 101 needed from 68 deliveries, and just looking to make some adjustments in the field. Mohammad Hafiz signaling from short third man. The captain is unmoved, other than to get behind the stumps, as a quicker flatter delivery is caught, taken at short third man. Quicker delivery, looking to play it away square, didn't recognise the extra pace, and he's taken at that short third man position. The catch taken by Hassan Ali. Root goes for 107. England 248 for 5 in the 39th over.
Yeah, that could be a big wicket. Pakistan exactly what they needed, exactly what England didn't need. Joe Root, brilliant century. He tried to squeeze it through that gap 2 or 3 times in the over. This was quicker, very flat. It was a square drive, and it flew to backward point, short third man fielder. Took a very simple catch. Good bowling from Shadab, but a brilliant knock by Joe Root. Just couldn't quite get on top of it, could he? Sliced it away. He's absolutely aghast. Stood in the middle of the pitch with his hand on his head. Now he gets a huge round of applause.
Tremendous ovation. Outstanding, and he shakes his head in disappointment with the fact that he's not able to take England all the way, and calls Moeen Ali back.
Has brought this game back alive. It's all looking a bit too easy for a while.
101 to get. 67 deliveries, 5 wickets in hand.
Listen to the noise in the stadium at Trent Bridge now. Very vociferous Pakistani contingent. They believe again now. Andy.
Joe's final figures 107, 104 balls to 6 and 10 fours. The partnership 130 and 17.3 overs. England
well set on 75 to finish the job. They've got Chris Wokes, they've got Jofra Archer, they've got quite a bit of batting still. Last ball of the over now from Shadab to Moeen, and he's playing it carefully back along the pitch to the bowler at the end of the over. Butler is 75. England need 101 from 66 balls. We could have a grandstand finish in front of a near full house here at Trent Bridge. More from Swanee, and then it's going to be Agnes.
Yeah, we've got a game on our hands here. Jos Buttler's going great guns, 75, 55 deliveries. But it's the new man at the crease. Wickets for Pakistan, forever getting new men in. It really does push the game towards them. If Jos Buttler stays around, Aggers,
well,
what a real firecracker finish.
Absolutely, didn't they play well? What a partnership that was. 130, is that right? And well, it's over now, and the new batsmen have got to come out and carry it on. Jos Buttler, 75 from 55 balls, 248 for 5. England need 101 to win from the last 66 balls of this game. You can hear for yourself a very patriotic Pakistan music being played at the moment. 248 for 5. Wahab Riaz dips his head and comes rushing in from the far end. Bowls to Butler, a poor ball down the leg side. That's a wide.
Yeah, you think if Jos stays around, 100 off the last 11. You know, that sounds ridiculous to many of us. It's kind of running the mill these days. But it was a great knock from Joe Root.
Yeah, it really was. Devastating when he got out. Dragged away 107 for 104 balls. 10 fours and a 6. Now 249 for 5. Riaz comes in to try again. Bowls to Butler, who works that off his hip. Finds a man on the edge of the circle, but the left-hand side there, it's our old friend Zaman, who throws and misses the stumps. And that brings Moeen